My name's Adam Hain, and I'm in cohort 4. And I'm out in California. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about how to get started using Zotero. I have a little bit of an intro, so I'll pop open a PowerPoint here and share my screen. Just wanted to offer a little bit of background about how I came to use Zotero. So this is a tweet that I saw the other day from Audrey Waters. So I just wanted to start with that because if she can trust a tool, I think we can give it a chance, right? And she's a pretty critical audience for a lot of tech tools. I went to Cal Poly Pomona for my master's, and in that master's there was a class called Alternative Learning Environments, and one of the assignments for that course was to use Zotero and create 5 citations and put those citations in a group folder in Zotero. And I had never heard of Zotero, and I and a few other people in the class thought it was kind of confusing, but I did know that I had to start making sure that I had everything that I wrote cited and all my bibliographies and everything in APA format. So I did get through the assignment and started using Zotero in that way. Eventually, I ended up graduating and I ended up teaching that same class. And I was offered the opportunity to redesign the whole class and make new assignments and everything, and I did. But the one assignment I did keep in the class was that Zotero assignment because I thought it was so useful to be able to have this tool to create citations. So I'm excited to be able to just give everyone an intro to why I think it's great and how I use it. So here's our agenda for this hour. We're going to go over these 5 topics. So we're going to talk about like the basic nuts and bolts of installing the tool and getting citations into the tool itself, and then sort of getting them back out of the tool into interfaces like Word and Google Docs. And then organizing the citations inside of the tool itself. So with that, so just really quick in the chat, if anybody wants to, or verbally, if anybody wants to share, how do you all share or store and organize your citations now if you're not using Zotero? Do you use like a cloud folder or just on your hard drive? Does anybody have any thoughts about what they currently use?
Let's say a note from the chat here.
Okay.
We have Tammy, who said she was old school, accumulating sources and formatting them in a Google Doc. And I know that I've had colleagues and friends who have done that as well. In fact, I have one colleague who I constantly tease about learning how to use Zotero. And she's like, I've got everything saved in APA style in my one master document. And it's easy for me to find what I need. God, it's even easier in Zotero, my friend, but takes me a while to get her convinced that she'd want to do it. We have a couple others. Nancy's already using Zotero. John's using Mendeley. And I know there are also ways that people are able to kind of hack and use like Google Scholar and some of the tools that the library offers. But yeah, again, hopefully by the end of the hour, once Adam shares some tips and tricks and ideas with Zotero, maybe we'll get some of you moving over in that direction as well.
Yeah, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, and I would mention again, I've used EndNote. I started with that one pretty extensively, and then I had Zotero for a while, and I switched over to Mendeley because they offered a lot more storage for my PDFs for free. But I liked Zotero so much more that I switched back over to Zotero about 6 months ago, and just paid I think it's like $30 to have more storage for my PDFs. So I'm not advocating for just the one tool without having tried the other ones. I have tried the other ones, and I find this to be great.